Mm-hmm. It looks like we've received the entire order. It's in great condition. I was actually just about to go through the Madden 2004 manual. If there's any problems, though, I'll definitely give you a call back. Yeah. Well, thanks so much for reaching out. I really appreciate it. You have yourself a great day. And take care now. Alright. Bye. Hello there. Is there anything I can help you with today? You're looking to pick up an order of games. For sure. If I could just get the order number from you there. 77 44 11 01. That sounds right. Okay. And it looks like you've got 6 different games here. That's right? Okay. I'm just gonna run to the back and grab those for you. Just hang tight. Alright, so I've got your 6 different Xbox and Xbox 360 titles here, and we'll go through those in just a moment. But before we did, I just wanted to let you know that we do have a new selection of EA Sports games that just came in. We've got NHL, Madden, Knockout Kings, Tiger Woods Golf. Yeah, there's a number of different choices. So, no pressure on those, just wanted to let you know. As we have them featured here, it is a fresh selection of games. Yeah. Okay, well, for now we can go through your 6 games that you have ordered. And, did you have any controller needs this time? I see you have a classic Xbox controller, but your Xbox 360 controller, it's seen some better days. Yeah, I know how it is. These things do wear down. So, we do have a couple of options. You could either bring the controller in and we could try to do a repair on that for you, or alternatively, we do have a used Xbox 360 controller that I could toss on here for free today, if you were interested. You might like that? I thought so. I thought you might be interested. Okay, so I'll tell you what, we'll go through your 6 games, and then afterwards, I will go grab your controller from the back. Yeah. And we'll do a quick test, make sure all of the buttons work, make sure it's in good working order, and we'll send you on your way. And then, of course, if you have an interest in any of these EA Sports games at any time, just let me know. Alright. So, the reason I ask is because I did notice that a couple of your titles here are sports-based, although these do fall outside of the traditional team sports and televised sports genres available, except for wrestling, I suppose. It's televised. But our first title here is Renegade Paintball. So this is a team-based paintball game. So this is a team-based paintball game with 28 single-player challenges, 13 diverse environments, and then in multiplayer there are 8 different game modes, including King of the Hill, Center Flag, Elimination, and more. I believe there's also a Capture the Flag mode as well. There's a field editor for unlimited customization, including 150 different objects to choose from. You can play 7-on-7 via Xbox Live, I don't know about nowadays. Perhaps via LAN. But there is 2-player split screen as well. So, I think you made a good selection here. I actually did play this once upon a time when I was younger. It looks like there's no manual in here, so we were able to offer you a discount for that. The disc is in pretty good condition. Got minimal scuffing. When we tested the disc, everything appeared to be working correctly, though. Next up, we've got Raw versus SmackDown 2007. This is a Platinum Hits Xbox 360 title. Goodness, my display's falling down. Just give me one moment here. Alright, where were we? With SmackDown versus Raw 2007. So, this is a wrestling game where you can create your own character, play through a campaign story mode, play versus your friends. It's got all the fun of Raw versus SmackDown on television, but in your living room with your friends and on a controller. Yeah. So, this one featured an all-new analog control system that made gameplay more realistic and intuitive than ever. New environmental hotspots, new fighting area within the crowd, ultimate control moves, and then of course all your classic WWE fun, like cage matches, ladder matches, tag team matches. I would say the drama in this game is a lot of fun. Like when you're playing through the story mode, you think things are going really well for your character, and then all of a sudden you're caught in the middle of some drama and you make the wrong choice and you're fighting against some real odds. So honestly, really underrated game, I would say. Hidden gem. Nice choice picking this one up. It's from THQ. THQ was just legendary. Just legendary. So, I hope you enjoy your Raw vs. SmackDown 2007. Are you planning on playing that solo? Or do you... Yeah, we've got a couple couch tournaments planned. Excellent. Well, enjoy. Alright, next up we've got Lost Planet from Capcom. Remember the past to fight the future. You are left for dead on the ice-covered wastelands of EDM3. You awaken with only fragments of your memory. You must find your past, fight off your enemies, and battle the elements to survive. All that can be trusted is your instinct as a soldier. This one features intense 16 multiplayer action, commanding heavily armored vital suits, and battling hordes of colossal acrid. So the acrid are these kind of like bug creatures with warm hotspots. I believe it's been a while since I played this, like a good decade, perhaps even 2. Yeah, it's quite fun. The world is so immersive. I wouldn't say it's a horror game necessarily, unless you don't like bugs, and in which case it is. But you are empowered to destroy them, so in that way it could be a good way for one to face their fears, I suppose. but like I said, the world design is incredible. It's immersive. The mechanic for survival with heat and cold, very interesting, and definitely a title I would consider going back to time and time again. So hopefully you enjoy your exploration of the planet EDN3. You'll have to let me know how it got so frozen. Like, was it always frozen, or did something happen, you know? These are the questions that I have. So, our next title doesn't need much introduction, but I'll talk about it anyway, because I love Minecraft. The classic block game where you survive, create, and overcome, essentially. I actually beat the Ender Dragon for like the first time this year, which was pretty wild. Yeah, I'd never done it before that. Have you? You're gonna be your first time as well? Excellent. Well, this is a good version to do it on. The Xbox version, you can play split screen with friends, or you can play solo. And there's just something about playing on a TV with a controller that's extra laid back, although I do tend to play on Java Edition, which is for the PC. Yeah, I have a server going. Yeah, it's pretty fun. Let's do different buildings and cities and stuff. What do you like to do in Minecraft? You like to build big bases and farms? Yeah, that's always fun too. You also had a phase where you just would do stuff in creative mode? Totally valid also. I think one of the best things about Minecraft is that it is a sandbox game. I know people put a lot of pressure on doing things in survival, and that certainly is a valid way to experience the game, and if you have achievements in survival, those shouldn't be diminished, but I think that people who play with creative mode with different scales of projects are also equally impressive. Like, I watch a lot of those people who like recreate ancient cities. Have you ever watched those? Yeah. No, I know, it's incredible, the stuff that they create. And then to have access to the world isn't even too expensive. Like, a lot of them are charging fairly small prices on Patreon to have access to these map files. So, yeah, it's pretty neat. Anyways, like I said, I love Minecraft. I could talk about it all day. So, your plan is to go through, beat the Ender Dragon. What kind of biome do you think you're going to make your base in? Classic woods biome. I like that. Just forest. Yeah. Cool. Well, anyways, we'll move on to our next title. Assassin's Creed. So, of the original Assassin's Creed storyline games, this is the second best, I would say. Which one is the best? That would be Assassin's Creed 2. There's just something about Ezio and being able to upgrade the mansion and all of the different customization. I mean, the first one is also incredible. The settings are gorgeous. It's so fun to explore and just be a part of that world, you know? And the mechanics at the time, it was crazy. All the leaps of faith and the parkour. It's just incredible. So in the first game, you play as Desmond, who is going back in time to the memories of his ancestor, Altair. I've always struggled with the pronunciation on that one, to be honest, but maybe that's another reason why I like the second one better. Ezio just rolls off the tongue. Ezio. Plus Italy, like, oh, Venice, the amount of time I've spent in those canals. That's a story for another day, though. But this one's incredible. You can explore all sorts of ancient castles and landscapes and towers. You can explore all sorts of landscapes across the Holy Land during the Third Crusade. So, I mean, the first couple games in the series were incredible. I know a lot of people love the later games as well, but the first couple ones have a special place in my heart, for sure. You've never tried the originals? Only the newer ones? Alright, well, you may notice some differences. I mean, the missions are very similar. I think they kind of perfected that formula in the first couple ones. There's no, like, pirate ships or anything, though, or anything like that, which I'll admit was pretty cool in Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Right. I'll give them that one. But I do still prefer the first two, so I think you've made the right choice here, picking up Assassin's Creed 1. If you enjoy it, have you tried Assassin's Creed 2? You haven't? Would highly recommend checking that out in the future if you enjoy Assassin's Creed 1. So your last game here, Crackdown, for the Xbox 360. And by the way, just a heads up, I have forgotten to do the inspection on some of these other ones, so before we check out your controller, I'll do an inspection on those. But before we do that, I'll just tell you a little bit about Crackdown. Are you familiar at all? You're not? Well, this is one of my favorite games, for sure, of all time. It's kind of like reverse Grand Theft Auto, if that makes sense. So you're like a super soldier, cop guy, tasked with taking down all these different gangs across the city. And as you do stuff across the world, driving, fighting, parkouring, like jumping around, exploring, you get upgrades to your abilities. It's kind of like a sandbox RPG, I suppose. It's very fun progression loop, and the ending is insane. But I won't say anything else. It's just pretty cool. It's a pretty cool ending. Yeah. So, anyways, you're a genetically enhanced agent of justice. You've got to rid the city of crime by any means necessary. You're an extreme solution to an extreme problem as you attempt to take out 21 different gang bosses and restore order to a sprawling metropolis teeming with lawlessness and strife. So there are 3 different gang factions with 7 kingpins, and it's kind of like a pyramid, so if you take out the lower ones, it makes the head kingpin a lot easier, but technically speaking, you could just go straight for the head kingpin on most of the factions. I think some of them have like limitations where you'd be like physically blocked or it'd be harder to get through, but for the most part I think you can just kind of go for it. And then other ones have like ability limitations where you'd have to be able to jump a certain height, so you'd have to upgrade your agility. But it's pretty cool in terms of how that progression works. And you'll find that, yeah, each kingpin controls a certain attribute of the crime faction's strength. So depending on which order you take them out, you may find that they respond in different ways. Yeah, and then there's like a keys to the city mode, which makes it true sandbox as well, where you can just kind of like cheat your way to having all of the max stats and spawn in vehicles and stuff. And once you've completed the game, I would highly recommend experiencing that as well. Yeah. So, we'll just do a quick game inspection on all of these, and then I'll go and grab your controller. So Crackdown has a manual. And the disc is looking pretty good. Looking in pretty good condition there. Next up, the Raw versus SmackDown. Both disc and manual in there. Looking good. Now, one of the things I love about these cases is when they have the little lip for you to grab under. When it's fully around the disc, sometimes it makes it a little harder to grab, so it's those little ergonomic things, you know. And just to give you a heads up, we did give you an extra discount on the Minecraft, because this case is pretty busted. And there is no manual, so you got kind of a double discount on that one. But the disc, I already know, is in perfect working order. We just tested that one the other day. We'll take a look anyway, though, just to be sure. There we go. Again, this one has the ergonomic case design, so makes it quite easy to pop it in and out. Yeah. Alright, so we'll just check Assassin's Creed and Lost Planet. Assassin's Creed, this manual is kind of dirty, so I'll toss a store credit back towards you for $5. Alright. And the disc looks to be in pretty good order. And again, all of these were tested as well, but just doing the customer verification. So the disc looks good for this. You've got a manual. Alright. So that is all of your games inspected, so I will pass that over to you there. And I've got your controller here from the back. So we'll just do a quick test on that there. Both bumpers are working. Both triggers are working, left and right. Left joystick, right joystick, both working. D-pad working. X, Y, B, and A are all working. Start and select working. And Xbox button is working. We'll just plug it in there really quick. We got the green light up. And so your controller is good to go there. Am I sure I want to give it to you for free? Of course. Yeah, not a problem. You purchased 6 different games there. I have a controller that I happen to want to give away. Not a problem. Just for you. Yeah. There you are. Alrighty. So you should be all set there. You've got your 6 Xbox games. You've got your controller. What have you got going on for the rest of your day? I imagine you're gonna try out those games? Yeah? Nice. Me? Oh yeah, I'm probably just gonna play some Xbox. Yeah. We've got these new EA titles in, so figured might play some sports games. Yeah. This? Oh yeah, no, I got a huge shipment in of Xbox controllers. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just giving the one away for free. You're the first person who came in. Yeah. Tell you what. I'll give you double or nothing if you beat me in a game of NHL. I'll give you 2 controllers. Or if you lose, you have to give that one back. Not this time? Alright, fair enough. Okay, well, I'm gonna play some NHL here. You have yourself an excellent day, and enjoy your games. Bye for now. I'll go with the Oilers. New season. Franchise mode.